All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here. How y'all think I should approach this? I mean, I'm a loss for words.
It is. It's sad.
Something so petty, it is hard to address. But like I said, that spirit's going to get on people if you don't.
Yeah.
So y'all better watch Pastor Dowell now.
Jesus.
Because if you want to know what type of character I have, what type of man I is, somebody is basing it all on the way that I hug.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
First time in the history we ever heard this.
I bet the first time.
Tell you what, I'm gonna let y'all listen to this. Listen to this real close. And this is the reason why I keep telling y'all arrested development is a serious spirit.
Yes.
An effeminate spirit on a man is extremely serious.
That's true.
Daddy issues is what's plaguing this generation.
True.
And then when you have these type of female tendencies and traits and qualities, I ain't gonna call them qualities, but it's that. Listen, if you're 60 years old and you're talking like this because you're butthurt and offended, I don't know what else you can do with a man from that point. I don't know what else, but y'all need to listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this. Let me put this up here. Listen real close.
How many side hugs have you given me? Have you really even given me a true hug when I tried to really hug you? Everything's been like a side hug. And I want people to know, if they're watching this, watch his footprint when he gives a hug. Oh, he's definitely a respecter of person. Those ones where he really wants to get in there and just, he'll do it. But if he don't give a shit about you and you don't mean nothing to him, it's just a little tap, a little hug. That's all I ever got from that man. Says a lot about a man's character. Really, truly does, in my opinion. We're supposed to give Hebrew hugs.
Well, all I can say is good thing is his opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course, he's really stretching the truth there by saying that's all ever done for him. Because y'all know. That's true. We gave that man 5 acres to live on.
Yes, sir.
No rent.
Yep.
No mortgage.
Yep.
You don't have to pay the light bill. Gave him thousands of dollars to develop, even made a place for him. He even paid for the place that he actually made for him and his wife.
True.
And that's not including handing a couple thousand here and 1,000 there,
yes,
just in cash off the record. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but I think it's seriously upsetting because somebody else out there who's offended. Now, the people who ain't offended is going to hear it different.
Of course.
And if you see some people here at the feast, now that spirit has put it out there for everyone that has heard this to watch Pastor Dowell to see the way that he hugs.
Yeah.
What saying you?
Well, all the brothers and sisters out there that got that spirit of rejection working through them, yeah, that's what you're going to see and feel. Hebrew hug. I guess I missed that definition on exactly how to do that, so I'm not Hebrew etiquette. But that is so petty and foolish, and yet it's going to cause some of you to stumble. That is so crazy. Where are your balls? Why? I don't know. Now I'm looking at you like, what kind of hug you give me?
I'm trying to tell you, man, what is the intent of a hug now? What you got to say about it, JC?
This is like the book talk about in Sirach, a jealous ear here of all things. When you start looking at things through a certain spirit, a certain lens, that's all you can see, and you start making other people being consumed of their own lust because they're the ones acting on that envy and strife. And all these people that got this sort of image towards you, they always have this, and once you leave, that's when they start reflecting. All these demons are ministering to them because they don't got the Holy Spirit ministering to them no more because they go out and start living this type of way. But I think it's real sad. It's real petty. Just like we was talking about earlier, y'all have favor on part when we have favor. If you do even sometimes have compassion and love towards certain brothers because of their footprint, you're not evil for that.
Exactly.
You're just knowing people's track record. You know who they are. And I don't blame you sometimes for having this type of stuff. Like you talk about all the time with us. Now when you're experiencing trust issues, people got this type of shit, and they're experiencing this, and they're putting that on you. And even though you put an edict out for Project Blackout, when you got people out here still eating off these other different grass, these other different pastures, you have to be the shepherd and break their damn legs and bring them back into the fold.
Yeah, I've got to. Even though we say that we're good, we move on, wish you well. when you still have to address certain issues,
still do.
because if not, it's going to affect the
still
mind.
do.
Now, this man right here, see, here's a double-aged, double-minded person, because he continues to keep putting out there that he sold all.
Yeah.
But he stops right there.
Yep.
Because to me, all right, I'm going to say this. If you sold all, then there's another step. You're supposed to lay the proceeds.
What to give?
You're supposed to give them the proceeds.
Yep.
But you never did that. He bought a travel trailer for him and his wife, and nobody has sold those proceeds, especially the hub.
Yeah.
But he's misleading the people by saying he sold all. He may have done that, but he pulled an Ananias and Sapphira.
Yes.
He kept all the price of the land. Not part of it, but all the price of the land. And then you're wondering why these spirits now are upon you.
Yeah.
That you can't even be grateful when somebody gives you a home to develop, a homestead to live on. And then you try to paint it, and all the other people out there try to paint it as if I'm evil.
Yeah.
That's why I did that video the other day.
Yes, sir.
And somebody says, well, I got to hear the other side. Okay, so Jesus gave a parable. And he was a owner. And he gave 1 5 talents, 1 2, and 1 1.
Yeah.
And he went away.
Yes.
He went away. All right? He came back to see if he got a return on his investment. One said, I had 5 that you gave me.
Yeah.
I've increased it. Here's another 5. Well done, good and faithful servant. Where do you need to hear the other side of the story on that one? Number 2, the 2 talents. I got 2 talents that you gave me. I've increased them. Now you got 2 more. Well done, our good and faithful servant. In other words, see, people are spiritual. I'm trying to say there are things, if you just put a survey out there,
Yeah.
if you just put something out there and say, what do you think? We're not asking for the other side because there's no need for it. All we do is just giving you information. This is not an accusation. You know what I mean? This is not you bringing offense before a brother like the book says. You know what I mean? So where do you need the other side of the story of the one who went and buried and didn't increase? And he says, I knew you were an austere man. I knew you were a hard man. So what I did was I turned around and gave the one talent you gave me. I went and buried it. Now upon your return here, you can have it back. What did the owner say? The ruler say? Woo, I'm glad you knew that I was an austere man, a hard man. So guess what, servants? Take that talent that he got, give it to the one that's got a lot. And y'all bind that wicked thing. Are you follow me? So if you get the treatment that you deserve based on your performance, why are you bitching about it?
Exactly.
See, it's an alternative conscience. It's a mindset. Yes. And once that spirit of offense come in, no matter what I say, everything I say, it's a twist and a warp from that point because you're offended. Yeah. I can't say no truth. Can't do no truth. You follow me? Now there's a sentiment out there, well, shit, I should have gave him land. I should have signed over the land to him. You didn't do nothing for it. You didn't give anything. You pulled the worst Ananias and Sapphira, and because you thought that the Most High Yah was some type of simple thing, that you could circumvent the scriptures, sell what you got, don't give nothing, invest it in you and your wife, receive the blessings of the Most High Yah, you filled up your cup. And now look at you in total obscurity.
That's true.
On podcasts with other effeminate people that don't matter. Yeah. Are you following me?
That's it.
Yeah. Long-haired sissies.
Yeah. Outside
don't
the
even
gate
matter.
with the dog.
Yeah, outside the gate, man. And so, all right, so this is, when you look at King David, when you read the scriptures, they will be so mad and upset and said, man, I tell you what, let's see if I leave one that pisses against the wall alive. Yep. But see, you can't talk like that today because that's too masculine. And today we're toxic masculinity. You know what I mean? You see all this truth we laying down here right here, right? Absolutely. It's because now you have a demonic spirit that's entered in and it has possessed and offended your mind.
Exactly.
All right, follow me? Address the Ananias and Sapphira issue because they were dead and gone. All right, follow me? And now we enter into the scriptures where it says that people are twice dead and plucked up by the roots. And you've been plucked up, been plucked out. What say you, man? Y'all got anything on there? We'll end it on that, but go ahead.
I guess people want you to love in word rather than deed. You just said what you did. You helping so many people get set free, helping so many people get out of debt, and then you coming back to always respect and return on the investment, which is just the kingdom business in the first place. Because when you sow, you got to go reap. And it's just people that just have a different mentality from what the book says. That's all really got left to say, Shep. But bless you for always loving indeed.
Because once you get offended, you can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
All right, and I got, so, there was a thing that said release the tape. So on Patreon, I'm going to release a greater part of the audio of what somebody has said that they were never going to do. I've got it in context without any breaks.
Yeah.
Let you have a good 15, 20-minute dissertation of what he said, or comment of what he said, what he gave his word on, and then we'll see the after actions.
Yes.
You see, once a spirit enter in, you can have a mind to be a certain way, but once that spirit enters in, it starts driving you. It's game over from that point. It's game over.
It is.
But Brother Bud, y'all want to help me out now. Y'all may have to go behind me this whole feast. We got 850 people gonna be here, and y'all gonna have to watch everybody hug. You may have to pull damage control. I mean, y'all may have to, man, because if they see me hugging somebody sideways, see, he don't give a damn about you because he hug you sideways. Imagine that. How many times us brothers, man, we hug each other, we do like this, man, bless you, my brother. Or if I'm dealing with a sister or younger, that's definitely with a sister, I'm not gonna give her no brother hug like this. You know what I mean? It's always why even make an issue out of this? And if you had a problem with hugging, why didn't you lead by example?
Show yourself friendly first.
The doctrine of the laity, man. We got some serious issues and problems and troubles out here. But see, I have to use stuff like this as a teaching tool so it don't ride. Because if people don't hear the truth, no personal vendetta, nothing, it's just facts we're stating right here. If they don't hear this truth, and then all they left is, especially if there's just a little similitude of leaven that's in there. It's just a little bit. It's going to take off and run. And then they'll hear something else, it'll grow. And they'll hear something else, it'll grow. And then it gets to the point, no matter what I say, there's never even a chance that I could possibly be telling the truth. Imagine that when you're in a place where no matter what you say, you're not even telling the truth.
Yeah, no, once you've got that perspective and that's all you can see in that man, that's all you're going to see, you know.
We're going to title this video, Side Hugs.
Side hugs.
I'm telling y'all, I told y'all this is an effeminate generation. You watching a lot of these men, the way they act and the way they talking, it reminds you of that movie Fatal Attraction, man. They've been raised by women. They've been reared by women. They've been dominated by women and ruled by women. And as a result, you're watching these female tendencies manifest. And see, I don't forget nothing. When I sit up there and watch people do things and stuff, the first thing come to my mind is what the book says. Now, you tell me that they didn't put no Ananias and Sapphira.
That's it.
Because where are the proceeds at? We never did receive them, but he misleading by withholding information, telling half-truths, and make you think that everybody, this is another thing. Does everybody that come to any community, the few that do they come loaded for bed with a lot of money or any money out? No, okay.
I didn't have any offering, I don't believe, to give you. Maybe an old trailer, I guess. I had an old travel trailer.
It might help me out of that.
Well, see, now they're up here in the sentiment that everybody's coming loaded to the hill and they are forced to give off. First of all, that is a oxymoron concerning a statement. Forced to give all. If you're giving, where's the force at?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're giving.
Yeah.
Because once you gave, it's no longer yours.
Yeah.
And now you want to referee? You want to call the plays of the way things ought to be done? What's his giving? You understand? And so I made in that video, I said, on Patreon, I made a video. I'm going to say a little bit about it here. Everyone out there that has left Straitway, the few that it has been, and you still offended and stuff, I wish you all well. I hope that you go on in life in peace. I hope that you find the relationship with Yahshua, Jesus, the Messiah, what you've been looking for. I truly do. I hope you get close to him because I hope you make it to the kingdom. And also, while in that, if you're going to be posting out here on YouTube or Facebook or any one of these social medias, I personally am going to be looking for the example that everybody criticizes me of. I'm waiting to see somebody do it better than because I want to get to the kingdom too.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Sir. I want to get to the kingdom too. So if you got all these criticisms and all these finger pointing and stuff, all I want to do is just see. I want to see the example that nobody has been able to show me yet.
Yeah.
But I want to see the example. So at least Straitway has an opportunity. If we're lost, we can be saved. We can repent and be saved. Now, I don't know how to be any more fair than that, if you understand what I mean. Now, those of you that are my enemies, and you have made it known, you have spoke curses, you have spoke disparaging, you spoke evil against my house. All I have for you is Psalms 109 and Psalms 35. That's all I have. Now, I'm not going to sit up and go into a great explanation of explaining every single little bit of detail. Don't need to. I just wish you all well. Turn the page, have a good Passover. We're in a new year. Get a new lease on life, man. Go in joy and happiness. But if you choose to fall away and turn away, why continue to keep talking about that unless there's some leaven that is deep down in your heart? Because the only thing I'm addressing this right now because it's out there in the public platform. Somebody's putting a vain opinion out there. And now I've got to correct bad theology because of an offended heart. Because there may be some of you out there that, remember, he that rebuketh in the gate is hated. There may be somebody of you out there that may have a little bit of leaven of malice in your heart towards me. And if you don't do something about it, it's going to grow.
Yes.
And I'm trying to throw forth a light line to give you help a little bit.
For sure.
I'm going to end this video by playing this again so that people can understand in case so you can really truly see where we're coming from. And there it is right here. This is, if you're 60 years old and this is your perspective on life, you've wasted your life.
How many side hugs have you given me? Have you really even given me a true hug when I tried to really hug you? Everything's been like a side hug. And I want people to know, if they're watching this, watch his footprint when he gives a hug. Oh, he's definitely a respecter person. Those ones where he really wants to get in there and just, he'll do it. But if he don't give a shit about you and you don't mean nothing to him, it's just a little tap, a little hug. That's all I ever got from that man. Says a lot about a man's character. Really, truly does, in my opinion. We're supposed to give Hebrew hugs.
So, a hug defines a man's character.
Apparently.
He believed that his opinion is so valid that he puts it above everything. You understand what I mean? So what would happen if we never even addressed this, Brother Bud?
The little ones. Like I said, those with a little bit of leaven, the weak, they're going to start looking at you and how you hug them and hug other people and have the audacity to judge you. Like, I don't know. And if you fist bump somebody, does that mean you hate them? I don't even know what. I don't even know.
Hey, I'm telling you. See, you don't took it to another level. Hey, you fist bump, man.
We ain't that close.
Yeah. During the jab, man, everybody fist bumping, man. Shoot, man. And then I didn't know a hug had to do anything with somebody's footprint. See, now we're redefining terms, and then if people again are without knowledge, you're done for. So guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. You have a wonderful day. The King is coming.